First at himself, then at me, then at an old grainy photo of my father taped awkwardly in the corner. And then he asked, quietly, almost carefully, "Dad, why is everyone's skin like toasted bread, but mine is like milk?" Something in the room shifted. The air didn't just go silent, it disappeared. Behind us, Sarah stood at the stove, stirring pasta. The spoon stopped mid-circle, just froze. She didn't turn, didn't react, just stared into the steam like it held answers she didn't want to face. I forced a laugh. "Hey buddy, genetics are like a lottery," I said. "You just won the rare prize." He smiled. But that night, there was no laughter, only silence. Heavy, suffocating. Every time I looked at Sarah, she looked away. Every time I mentioned the drawing, she found a reason to leave the room. And that's when it started. The thoughts. Slow at first, then louder, darker. For 3 days, I lived in a fog, my mind spinning, stuck, digging where it shouldn't. I started noticing things. A phone call she took in the garage, whispering. Her laptop password suddenly changed. The way she looked at Leo, not with love, but with something else. Guilt. By Friday, I couldn't breathe properly, so I did something I'll regret for the rest of my life. I bought a kit, a small box from a pharmacy, but it felt heavier than anything I'd ever held, like it carried consequences I wasn't ready for. That afternoon, when Sarah went grocery shopping, I turned it into a game. Secret agent, I told Leo. He laughed. I swabbed his cheek, sealed the envelope, and in that moment, I felt like the villain in my own story. The results came on a rainy Tuesday. I sat in my car, hands shaking, rain hammering the roof like it was counting down to something irreversible. My heart wouldn't slow down. I opened the email, clicked the link, and there it was. 99.9% match. He was mine. He was always mine. Relief didn't hit first. Shame did. I rushed inside, ready to confess, ready to apologize, ready to fall apart if I had to. But what I found stopped me cold. Sarah was sitting on the nursery floor. Old trunks lay open around her, dust floating in the air like ghosts being disturbed. Her hands trembled as she held something close. Her eyes were red, exhausted. "I found it," she whispered. In her hand, a Polaroid. Faded, worn, old. A man stared back from it. Fair skin, blue eyes, and a face that looked exactly like Leo. "My grandfather," she said, her voice breaking. I never met him, but I remembered the stories. Tears rolled down her face. "I spent 4 days digging through the crawl space because I knew what you were thinking." She looked at me then, not angry, not accusing, just hurt. "I saw it in your face," she said, "and I just wanted to prove that we were okay." The test results sat in my pocket, burning, heavy, useless. In that moment, I understood something I wish I'd never had to learn this way. She was fighting to protect our past, while I was quietly preparing to destroy our future. I never told her about the test, never told anyone, but that drawing, it's still on the fridge, same crooked lines, same innocent question, and every time I look at it, I don't see crayons anymore. I see the moment I almost lost everything, not because of the truth, but because I didn't have enough faith to wait.